Hey guys, this is Tigress, and you're coming back with a new episode of Craftymon. You might be wondering where I am. Basically, for the full explanation, check out yesterday's episode of New Adventures, episode 48. Basically, I didn't realize until I'd been recording for a good while. Thankfully, it doesn't completely affect the episode, because basically, the first half of the episode was originally just a case of me waiting around, getting stuff just to, get on with the second part of the episode, which, as you can tell by the title, was exploring. That was the full focus of the episode, and basically while I was waiting for stuff to smelt, I didn't even know I was on mute. So from what you'll know from basically up to a point of right when I come back from basically getting from the sand being smelt to glass, is when I'm no longer on mute. But for the first 20 minutes of the episode, I am on mute, which is also why I'm out here. I did not notice until editing the episode earlier today. I didn't notice, and so I tried to see what I could salvage, and I was able to salvage basically all of it. And because I was able to salvage basically all of it, it was no problem. The audio was still fine for the second half because it was split into two different recordings, part 1, part 2 sort of thing, and then edited together. And basically, from what I can see, my controller stays on mute most of the time unless I'm recording or streaming. Just because PS5 controllers have a built-in mic, and when I'm in games like Overwatch, GTA Online, or any other game that has a chat-based system, I don't want my voice willingly coming through and then people being like, dude, what the hell are you rumbling? So for the most point, my mic's on mute. I didn't notice until late in the episode. But for the full explanation, check out the last episode of New Adventures, because I go into a lot more detail. I spend most of the episode talking about that. And episode 48 is not that long of an episode anyway. It was a stream. Again, as for time of recording this, I'm recording this a day before this comes out. I'm recording this literally Thursday the 11th, and this episode comes out the 12th. And so, because of me not knowing I was on mute for like an hour, I didn't know. Thankfully, there was stuff that basically meant I knew I was going to be cutting at points, and so basically I stopped recording after a certain point, came back and started recording again, and then unmuted myself at that point. Most of the recording I'm speaking is just the first 20-30 minutes. I have actually I think it's like the first 20-25 minutes. I have like a 50-something minute episode. I'm sorry for that. Again, I didn't know, but the only things you did miss was me going over and saying that I've built an iron farm, that I've got a wheat and carrot farm now, that there's a patch of grass where we can store animals. Again, you'll see all that in about 2 seconds. And that, apparently there are also shiny creatures in this game. Unfortunately, I don't have them on me, but I did find out that there was a black and grey version of Squawkle. Of these little dudes. I did not know, and most of this lot, evolve during the episode. Also, tiny bit of a sneak peek from near the end of the episode, I do end up getting them. Again, really fun episode, hope you enjoy, and I'm sorry the fact of episode 4 was ended up filming like this, but again, all this will be explained at the end of the episode. It's just a case of I ended the episode, didn't think I'd be recording again until the next episode, didn't think I'd be on the world again until the next episode. So, but yeah. So sorry about that, and Path Tigress is now gonna, go be quiet and not gonna know nothing and not get why. And so yeah. So I hope you enjoy the episode and have fun. just because of the fact of PlayStation only allows me to record up to an hour worth of footage, then I need to basically, then the footage gets cut off, and then I need to re-record. Now I just basically need to hit record again. So I basically just it got to about the 58th minute. So after that, I basically just let it carry on. I kind of did run out of coal, but I did, a couple pieces, and I managed to get a decent bit back. Turns out those couple pieces ended up being 20 pieces overall. Although, literally, while waiting for it, I started to get a package, and I was like, oh, what can I snack on? And I don't know why, but my first choice was popcorn. Because, guys, I think I mentioned this more than once, it's not as much watching K-pop Demon Hunters as much. It's been a couple weeks and I've not seen it. But basically, it got to a point where, like, almost, like, every Friday, I'd basically watch it. I'd basically have a couple hours spare, and would just watch it. And I'd just sit and eat a bag of popcorn while watching it. Because I thought that was going to happen for a few more weeks, I picked up a few too many bags. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. So guys, I'm not completely broke when it comes to iron. Granted, I don't have that much left. If any. I'm not going to take that many points. Yeah, no, I'll take like a couple stacks. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I barely have enough to even take a stack. So I misjudged way too much. No, how much of my stuff was like regrown? Okay, nice little bit. Also, guys, I did move the gates because originally I had like the gates like here, I think it was. But it's like, no, I don't want to be trampling over everything. But I am basically just gonna gather like as much wheat as I can. Although, guys, for once it's gonna be kind of interesting, like whilst like editing, because typically I know where I need to essentially like where I need to sort of like make cuts and like sort of take things out. But like for once, because like typically from like at least from new Craftymon, I can go right. Okay, so that's where I said that. But I'm not like I know the first one was I was like 17 minutes, like just out like about 18 minutes into the video, and that's where like the first one was, and that was when I went to get sand. Although guys, I will say now, I never expected to turn around and be like, okay guys, wait, because I don't want to like, because I know like getting sand's not the most interesting thing, and I know a bunch of people are like, do you really need to show this? I'll be like right back. I then didn't expect to then be like, oh yeah, the thing I said I was going to do in between because I knew for a fact that it was going to take a while. Newsflash, it did. Also guys, if anyone does ask, no, I was not sitting and watching a movie. I am one of those people that even though something like popcorn might be a cinema snack, if I'm hungry and I've got popcorn in, I'll happy enough eat it. Just because, guys, otherwise I'd only ever eat popcorn once to. I'll be nice and say like twice a year at most. Even then, I know the last time I went to taking out when I went to see the live action How to Train Your Dragon. Last time I went to watch a movie in the cinema was Spider-Man. Spider-Man Far From Home. No Way Home? It's Far From Home? It was the third Spider-Man movie. Check that there. Just I want to see how much bread I'm gonna... I don't have a bow, so I don't know why I am carrying arrows. I'll keep that as eating, and I'll keep that as a backup. Part of me wants to make an executive decision of, do I really need to be carrying health potions? You know what? No, I'm gonna do the kind of smarter thing. And find out what I need to make a craft. Did I nick a healing station or was I given one? Gold and iron and I mean, I have glass. Hold on. Just because I don't want to break into another stack. I would 100% much rather need to go get another piece of sand than need to split like another stack. Just because if I let that smelt, I can then put the rest of the gold into smelt. I need 1 diamond. I don't remember making this, which is the funny thing. Go and see the one thing that I basically never show on camera or stream. And that's the very boring process of the iron farm. Saying, no, like there is. I'm hoping it's no more than a minute. If it is in the more than a minute, then all you're going to see is me going to the iron farm, and then me waiting, then me like getting the iron from the iron farm. But if it's only going to take like a second, then I probably will just wait and have it in the episode. So you guys, randomly, like I don't have this problem on New Adventures. I also had to make a new iron sword. Is it either one of those? And I didn't want to. But an angle did spawn. In between episodes, I am going to have to spend a lot more time there. But guys, for anyone who is actually wondering, I'm saying now, from the point of where I say heading to the iron farm, about a minute after that probably, will basically just be that. It'll be like, once I get to the iron farm, that onwards, like, I'll be at the iron farm, I'll wait for the iron, and I'll cut back to this. No. So, pardon me. Just because I don't want it to. Because guys, that took a little bit of time. Like, do I really have iron to be messing with? No. Am I going to still use it? Yes. I have enough to make a spare iron pickaxe. So worst case scenario, if I do need to go mining, I can. You're kidding me. Well, I should prove how often I don't check in these chests. Oops, sorry about that. But yeah, prove how often I don't. I did not know I had a coal in there. But yeah, guys, so we're going to spend the rest of this episode, which is probably like 10-15 minutes. Probably isn't that long. Going and exploring down this way. Take a screenshot just because I know for a fact that I'll be like, where the hell is my house? Okay, I was going to say, in between episodes, I'll spend time at the iron farm, but I won't be able to. Potentially. I'll see what is actually like down that way. If it turns out to be nothing, yeah, it turns out to be nothing. But if it does turn out to be nothing, then I'll probably head towards like that way next episode. Guys, I spent, what, 4 or 5 years basically, whenever I needed to sort of like speed up video, basically just speeding the whole video up. Because back then, it was like, do I really need to edit? No, it'll be fine. But spent like a good few years basically not cutting. Then, but I mean, when I say cut, I mean, guys, I'll be right back, and then cut to the point where I get back. But I've then had to do it. I've then had to do it 3 times in one video. I did not know I lived this close to an icicle. Also, guys, in typical Tigress fashion, I also do need to charge my mobile. Well, guys, the new Phoenix short. I can't wait. I can't wait to wake up in the morning and be like, "Holy shit! Why is that suddenly on 500,000 views?" Because, guys, when I say I woke up, no, don't even think woke up. When I say I checked, because I can't remember what day I checked, but I was like, "Wait, hold on. Why the hell is my Psylocke video, which, don't get me wrong, it was a pretty decent one, but it was just a typical short. A typical video that was then turned into a short, but again, the point was the short. So a typical short got 1.2k views. Don't get me wrong, I love those numbers. I'd love to see those numbers more often. I kind of wish I had that many subs. Actually, no, I wish I had a lot more than that. Like, guys, I'm not one of those people who would want, like, you know, 7 to 8 million subs. I'd like to have like 100k because I'd love to get like an award, a 100k award. I'd like to have a mil, but I'd 100% be fine with having like 1.1 million. Although I'm not seeing nothing here. Like inventory, I have keep inventory on for the simple reason of, if I die, there's only one exception to the get lost rule, and it's if I've got lost in the nether. But like, I typically don't like going, oh no, I'm lost. Well, time to die. I'm about to say, oh, I can get some melons. It's like, wait, hold on, no, not melons. Oh, that does look cool. No, don't run away. We can be friends. Damn it. I imagine this dude being super cool, super strong, and really powerful. Dude, do not turn into the shiny Metagross situation. And guys, by shiny Metagross, I should have bought a bed too, damn it. And by shiny Metagross, what I mean, in Pokemon Violet, because out of Scarlet and Violet, I chose to play Violet. There were a few reasons. Initially, it's because I do stand, like, don't get me wrong, Rhydon and Miraidon are really cool. But I prefer the futuristic lizard over the lizard that looks like the lizard that runs. Like, I prefer the futuristic lizard, so I do prefer Miraidon compared to Koraidon, which was one reason. The other reason was I wanted to use Ceruledge. I also wanted to get a shiny Iron Valiant. And I also wanted to use Iron Valiant on my team. Which I was slightly disappointed when it's like, wait, hold on. So I can't get an Iron Valiant until what? I've beaten the game? Like, I had one on my team through, what was it, through the 2 DLCs and the last, like, and, you know, any battles after that I did, which was basically just any rematch-based battle. Hello, we can be friends. Yeah, I choose you. Now you get to see why I love this add-on. Return. Guys, it is night. I don't fancy being stuck out here trying to heal things. Like, I'm trying to look for cool, really unique things. But I also guys, if I had to choose one place in this game that I would not want to be during night, I would choose the Arctic. When I actually select the right one. I've got slowness, which is annoying. But like I say, guys, we're basically just going to start exploring now. I will then continue next episode. But the fact that we've got two new, like, I don't want to set the pace of capturing next multiple different things each episode, because Craftmon's going to be Craftmon, and Craftmon's not going to be me willingly going out and finding everything new every episode. Oh my god, what the hell is that? Come on, Phoenix. Yeah, that's how they work. Like I say, I will just basically explore. I'm so happy you don't need Silk Touch for these. It'd be like the most annoyingest thing in the world. Because guys, if I needed Silk Touch for those, I'm telling you now, I'd be getting a Silk Touch book. I'd be getting one out, like, I would be getting one as soon as possible. Plus, another reason why I don't want to condense, like, 6 to, like, potentially 8 hours, because I don't know how long exploring's going to end up going for. Because I could turn it into a case of where I go and explore for, like, 4 or 5 days. For 4 or 5 episodes, and I definitely will be doing it for the first couple. Like, first couple. I do mean literally, I'll be doing it for episode 5 and potentially episode 6. It will all depend. Now, I want to find land. Because I don't know how much out of, like... Because right now, I've been recording for, like... Just, like, I've been recording for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. I don't know how much of the first part... Or no, more specifically, I don't know how much of this part... Like, I don't know how much of either part are going to get chucked into the episode. And I know there's going to be at least, like... I know for a fact there's going to be at least, like, 20, 30... Like, 20, potentially 25 minutes out of the first part that... I'm like, yeah, this does not need to be included. It's perfectly fine. Just gonna back away a little bit. But yeah, so guys, so... Hello. I am gonna continue to explore in the next episode, but beforehand... Actually turn night, because right now, I don't know. I've not edited it yet, and I don't like... Because as far as it's like, hold on. I have no idea how long the episode's gonna be, and I have no idea what's gonna end up in the episode. But if you are new around here, please like and subscribe, and this is Tiger signing off. Bye!